Let's do a midday Sunday video here on SPY and QQQ, what I came up with. Gone over this chart many times, and I still think that we're probably coming down here to the low 360s. If not now, when would we come down here and test close to the bottom? So we've already sold off from 418 down to low 380s. We bounced a little bit. We hit the daily supply right here at 396, and we came lower from there. This move right here is definitely a WXY move. This is ABC. This is ABC, and then we get a 5-wave move down. So you would say, all right, this is finished then. ABC, 5-wave move down, finish. We can go higher now. Except this move off the low is corrective. So that's not what you want to see if you're going to go higher. You want to see an impulsive move. We don't get that, and we come up here and hit supply and back off. For that reason, since it's corrective, it's more than likely going to go lower. Like I talked about in the last video, the only other possibility is back off and then go higher through supply up here. But even in that scenario, we have to come down. So if this is the bottom here, it's actually at like 384. This is a B wave right here. The 1.61 fib is sitting around 363. If you zoom out here on the weekly time frame, you can see that we have some demand right here. Starts basically at 367, ends at 358. And so I would expect either a 5-wave move down here, but more than likely another ABC move. Could be a 5-wave move to complete this correction. The only thing that I see that would say that this is not going to happen is we are close to the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. But, I mean, if we get a move down here and then bounce and stay around this area and we have one big flush down, it shouldn't be that big of a deal to come outside of this. So that's what I see. We also have the weekly 200-day is around 370. So if we stay bearish, this will come down a little bit. And so there's a possibility that we don't come all the way down to 363. Maybe we just hit 368, 367, and then bounce. But I still do expect higher. I just don't think it's going to happen right away. So we'll see on that. On QQQ, this is corrected a lot. And so it's hard to call it an X wave like I have. But even if it is a first wave higher, you got to remember that we're going to retrace at least to the 0.5 fib. So that's at 297 to 294. So I'm short SQQQ right now. And I'm completely fine. If it goes to 315 even, I don't normally hold that long, but still we're going to retrace to a minimum of 300 at that point. So it's nothing to be worried about. It's way overbought. We're outside the Bollinger Band on the top side and close on the weekly as well. So obviously extremely bullish on QQQ. People are saying the bank stocks, all the money moved into tech, and the opposite on SPY, just been pretty bearish overall. So which one is lying? Based on this chart, I would say it's QQQ lying because I think SPY can go down lower. But QQQ also probably not going to go much past 280 in my opinion. But if you're looking at this as the W wave or the A wave, it could come all the way down to 268 and be valid. So, and that would be looks like a demand spot down here. So that's kind of what I wanted to say about SPY and QQQ. NVIDIA, the only thing I'm looking at on this stock at this point, because I think it's kind of pointless to even look at technical analysis on smaller time frames anymore on this, is I'm looking at the weekly supply, monthly supply. We get a big move down right here, the biggest move from 242 to 154. So the candle before that, right here at the very beginning, is at 229, ends at 275. So if you're short, you probably wouldn't want to hold past 275. But even if you haven't shorted yet, it's probably not a good idea to short until you get confirmation that we are moving down. So you'd want to see something like this, retrace, short with the stop above the high. So that's pretty much all I'd say on NVIDIA. Besides that, looking at smaller time frames is kind of pointless right now. What else am I going to look at? Apple is the same as QQQ. Got this huge move here. We come down here to 50% retracement. Like I talked about, though, on the other charts, let's look at the daily. It's close to the top as well. I think even if it is a first wave higher, it's still got to come all the way down here to, and now looking at that, it's going to come all the way down here to 141 to 137. So there's a lot for tech to sell off. There's a lot of ways it can sell off, and all these stocks are showing that it needs to sell off here soon. And looking at the weekly time frame on Apple, I think, though, again, if it comes down here to 136 to 140, still looking at it like this. Well, let's see, 136, probably take it up to like 170. 140 would take it up to like 175. So we're still looking up here, but I think it needs to come down short term first. Let's look at Tesla on the weekly. Tesla has only retraced a little bit over the 0.38 fib. I still think that it can come down here all the way to weekly demand, down here at 137 eventually. But yeah, I think that's probably most likely. If we go here on the daily, let's look at the Bollinger Bands. It is close to the bottom of the Bollinger Band, so it might do something like this first. Come down here, go higher, and then come down here. But let's look at the weekly. The weekly, it only hit the 20-day, so it could easily come down here to 135 and still be well within the Bollinger Band. So I think it's actually likely that it's ready to, could be ready to sell off here. If this is an X wave, it's right kind of where you want it to be, 0.38, 0.5 fib. So I think it's ready to potentially sell off here and go down to 136. That's all I pretty much wanted to say. Another bearish video overall, and a lot of people are calling for a melt up right now, but I'm still bearish. I'm going to stick with it because I see the charts as we should be getting a pretty good sell-off here soon. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe for more content, and let's see what happens this week. Good luck trading tomorrow.